guys, welcome back to the devotions. We're following the story of Jesus and his disciples as portrayed in Mark's Gospel. And you might remember that last time Jesus took 3 of his disciples up to a mountain. Some pretty crazy things happened. He was transfigured. There was a voice and a cloud. There was Moses and Elijah that appeared with Jesus. It was something out of this world, and Peter, James and John were just blown away by it. We're picking up the story in Mark chapter 9 from verse 9. As they were coming down the mountain, Jesus gave them orders not to tell anyone what they had seen until the Son of Man had risen from the dead. They kept the matter to themselves, discussing what rising from the dead meant. Now, on this side of the cross and resurrection, we have a fair idea of what that might mean, but for these guys, pre-crucifixion, pre-resurrection of Jesus, pre-anyone ever coming back from the dead, they had no idea what rising from the dead might mean, and they had questions. And it continues, verse 11, they asked him, "Why do the teachers of the law say that Elijah must come first?" And Jesus replied, "To be sure, Elijah does come first and restores all things. Why then it is written that the Son of Man must suffer much and be rejected. But I tell you that Elijah has come, and they've done to him everything that they wished, just as it is written about him." And what I want to pick up for today's devotion is the fact that the disciples had questions. They had some very serious questions, and they brought them to Jesus. Some of them he chose to answer, and some of them he didn't. And for the questions that Jesus chose not to answer, the disciples were faced with 2 options. Either they could just dismiss it all and walk away, or they could hang on to the not knowing the answers. They could hang on to the mystery of sometimes what it looks like to follow Jesus. You know, sometimes we boil religion, or we boil faith down to understanding things, to having the answers. But Jesus doesn't invite us to a place of just having answers. To follow Jesus isn't about knowing, but it is about knowing him. It's to be invited into a mystery of a relationship with the Son of God. So this morning I just want to encourage you, it's okay to have questions, and it's okay for some of those questions to not be answered in your time frame. And to be honest, as we progress through Mark's Gospel, I'm likely to have a lot more questions than I have answers for. And so I just want to invite you into that journey and into that process of asking good questions. It is the path of discipleship, and it is the path that Jesus invites us on in order to know him better. Remember, it's not about knowing stuff, it's about a relationship with him.